What's up, guys? Drew Danger back in here. As promised, I'm going to be cranking out some videos to make up for the time that I lost when I was sick. So today is a very special day. I saw a lot of you guys were asking questions about custom figures. So I'm getting to my next section of custom figures because it's not just Marvel I do. No, many other things. And we'll get into that today. So today I'm representing Team Rambo. There's one of my favorite scenes in Rambo First Blood Part 2. This t-shirt is called The Hunt. When he first parachutes down out of the plane that Martin Cove was flying. You guys know him as Kreese from Karate Kid. And he gets caught on his parachute. He takes his knife out, cuts away his gear, gets loose, cuts his rope, and he goes down parachutes, right? And they think they lost him. And then he hits the ground. He's running through the forest, right? He's taking off. Boom, 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 boom. He catches a snake. One hand. He meets Co. He goes upriver. Then he goes to the POW camp. Sorry, my mind's a little hazed. The POW camp. And he does this thing with the bow and arrow. That's when we first see it. So this shirt is in representation. Let's see if I can scoot that. Of the awesomeness of that movie. So today is going to be a lengthy video. It might have to be a two-part. I don't know because I got a lot of custom stuff. Because today, speaking of Rambo, is Action Day. So all the action character figures that I have done or oriented around it. So we're talking Sylvester Stallone. We're talking Arnold Schwarzenegger. We're talking Kurt Russell. We're talking Bruce Willis. We're talking Dolph Lundgren. Okay, so we're going through it. So bear with me. So where do I start? Well, since I'm wearing a Rambo shirt, I guess we should start with Rambo 2. This is a figure I did. This is a battle-worn Rambo 2 figure. All right. He grabs that 50 cal off the helicopter. He's like, Murdoch, I'm coming for you. This is the whole thing. He's got some dirt on his pants. He's kind of fried up. So he's kind of dirty. All right. Check that out. That was a cool one to do. Mission accomplished. So that one was pretty cool to do. I enjoyed that one. So we'll move on to my favorite Rambo figure, because my favorite look of Rambo was actually Rambo 3. I thought he looked the coolest in that one. I love all the Rambo movies, but I thought Rambo 3, he had the best look. So here we go. One of my favorite figures that I did. This is the Rambo 3. Check it out. And as you can see, he's got his bow on his back, and the bow does come off. So you're able to put it in his hand. Bear with me a minute. Actually, I think it's the other hand. Been a while. Yeah. Okay. So just to give you guys a look real quick, I'm doing it sideways like this so you guys can see the bow a little bit better. All right. So you can see that. You can see the knife and the sheath, backpack, headband, 5 o'clock shadow, tank top, all ready to go. Your worst nightmare. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the knife. All right. Cool. Okay. And here we go. So in Rambo 3, he has much more of a Bowie knife design. Rambo 2 and Rambo 1, he had the basic survival knife. So the first movie, it was a much smaller survival knife. And in the second movie, he had a much bigger survival knife, with black in the center. He had that done up. And then for the third movie, he did something in a Bowie knife design, which was kind of cool. And I thought this knife was really neat. I like Rambo 2, Rambo 3 knives a lot. I did like Rambo 4. I thought that knife was pretty cool. And I did see the newest Rambo, and he had a couple knives in that movie. And he had a lot of stuff. But this to me was like his coolest look. The tank top was cool. That's where he has to get, the shrapnel out of him. So the tank top gets lost because he, rips it off and, does the whole thing with the gunpowder and cauterizes the wound. So no more tank top. I was kind of bummed out, but it's cool. This is definitely one of my favorite pieces, one of my favorite things about Rambo. Let's see if we can get some looks for you guys. Go through this again. Check that out. Check that out. Pretty cool stuff. So here we go. Rambo 3. Sorry, just putting everything kind of back into position. All right. Off to the next figure. So next we're going to do, this is Corporal Hicks from Aliens. Now, when this figure came out, I was like, okay, yay, Hicks. He's one of my favorite characters. Love Michael Biehn. But they included his helmet. Well, let me change that. This one did not come with the helmet. They did another version that came with the helmet. But I ended up getting an extra one. But anyway, they didn't put a headset on him. They didn't get the light right on his back. So I ended up like carving into the head, repainting a lot of the hair, and adding in a headset. So you carve into the head to make it look like it's pushing down in the hair, like he's actually, wearing the headset. So there's not much really crazy done on this one. It was a very small thing, but I thought you guys would like to just see, Corporal Hicks, because I got to represent Corporal Hicks because he's one of my favorite movie characters of all time. I like to keep this handy for close encounters. Love this character. One of the greatest science fiction action characters of all time. Just really neat character. So yeah, there he is. Check him out. He's got his motion tracker. So when Hudson says 3 meters, and he's like 2, oh no, what? And Hicks is all, he's all, it's reading right, man. And then Hicks looks at him and he's like, well, you're not reading it right. And he grabs that motion tracker and he goes, give me a light. And he crawls up in the air ducts. And there's that moment of silence in the movie. Just boom. And he turns and you see all those aliens crawling up. And he's like, ah. And then it's on. It's game time, It's ready to fight. So anyway, I'm getting excited about that. Here we go. Corporal Hicks. Dwayne Hicks. Get it right. All right, so next, why don't we do Bruce Willis as John McClane in Die Hard 4. Now, I picked Die Hard 4 because I thought he looked the coolest in 4. He had the bald head, and I thought the bald head look was really cool on him. And he was ready to kind of go at it, I thought that was the look for him, so I did that one. So you could see he's got a shoulder holster. He's got his AR right there. He's got his badge. I put cuts, carved in cuts, put a little blood effect on him, dirtied them all up. Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah, this was a cool figure to do. I wanted a really neat Bruce Willis piece, so this turned out extremely well. I really enjoyed doing this one. Did a lot of crazy work on this, and it turned out extremely well. And I got some photos and saw where the cuts were and where he was bleeding. And I spent a lot of time getting the dirt, and the grime right, and the blood right, and the mixture of it. There's a lot of blood and grime mixture, especially like right here on the shirt. You could see it. So I give it a realistic effect, which took some time to get it just right. And you could see the cuts. You're like, oh man, those look like real cuts. And that's what I was going for. So dirtying up the pants, getting everything just right. Because John McClane likes to get dirty and some crazy stuff. Yeah. Okay. So next is one of my early pieces. I went back and redid a couple times because you always improve on your work. This is one of my favorite movie characters, one of my favorite films. This is Kurt Russell as S.D. Pliskin, Lieutenant Special Forces, Operation Blacklight, youngest man to be decorated by the president, 2 Purple Hearts, and Medal of Honor winner, Siberian Leningrad. Yep, this is my dude. And as you can see, you can check out all the detail on Snake. Check that out. This is one of my favorite pieces. I spent a lot of time because he's had about 3-4 redos where I got him just better and closer. Check out those boots. The boots were very important because they have a certain look. That's the most important part about this figure is the boots. The boots have such a distinctive look, and they're so hard to get just right. I've always wanted to own a pair of these boots just because they were so iconic, and they were so unique looking. Like, I've never seen anything like them. They were the coolest thing. Everybody's like, oh, he's just wearing dirt bike boots when they used to have the plates. It's like, no. They were designed after a dirt bike boot, but then they changed them into an actual functioning bend ankle boot, and they took a little bit of that design, the straps, the plate, but then the rest, was like a square cut toe, which they don't make dirt bike boots with a square cut toe like that. They're usually round. They did a square cut, they changed it up. So yeah, anyway, this figure is very near and dear to the heart. I'm going to be doing a review of the movie, because the movie he's got 2 sidearms. I thought that was cool. I actually got the idea from Escape from LA, which was not as good. Okay, it was not a great film, but it was cool seeing him back in the part and everything. And he still had it and he still looked cool, but there were some cool moments in there, some Snake Plissken moments that just, were cool. And in that, he had a double-sided gun holster, which was the stuff. This belt rig right here for his sidearms was amazing. That was the coolest part of the movie when they said, "Where are my guns?" And I said, I thought you want those. And you see that and you put it on and you're like, whoa, where'd he get that? That's pretty cool. So I put that on here. That's the thing. I wanted to keep the classic look from the first film, of course, and then give him the holster from the second film. Like I said, which was not very good, but we're going to get into that. And when I review the movie, I will be wearing Escape from New York shirt and hat, and I will bring the figure back, and he'll help me kick off that awesome movie in the right way. Call me Snake. President. President of what? The name's Pliskin. When I get back, I'm going to kill you. What do you want? Anyway, I'm having too much fun over here. I love this figure. This figure, let's check it out, guys. Also, this is the gun from the second film as well. The Colburn gun, which was pretty cool. It was a cool looking gun, even though he has it and gets smacked out of his hand, kind of quick. But I thought that would be neat. I thought it was better looking. The Mac-10 was great. The Uzi looked great, and it's iconic. But this gun right here was just it. It's just cool looking. Check it out. This gun. You see that, and it's like, oh man, that's crazy looking. Very futuristic. So I couldn't pass that up. So anyway, here he is, the man, the myth, American outlaw, Snake Plissken. All right. So moving on. Shout out to OG Silverback, who is a big time Conan the Barbarian fan like myself. And this is a piece I did. This is Conan the Barbarian. You could check out the likeness on that. It's very good. Took a lot of work to get it. You could see the Atlantean steel sword up close and personal. I am going to be reworking this belt setup and the scarab for his sword. I'm going to be doing a better one because at the time I couldn't quite figure out how to get it just right. I got it close, but then I just don't feel right about it. So there will be some reworking done with that coming very soon. Once I get everything set up the way I need to. But you can see, crush enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of the women. That is good. So check that out. The riddle of steel. Crom lasts you 4 wins. Yeah, check that out. Do flowers grow here? There you go. All right, guys. I'm not forgetting where I am. I'm giving some time zooming in so you guys can see some of the likeness a little bit better. So now we're getting into another Arnold classic, Predator. Now, they did already make the Arnold figure. So they did him in all the different changes in the first Predator film. But they didn't make any other guys except for Hawkins way down the road and the Predator himself. So I did the other guys. I waited for a while and then I thought, well, shoot, I'll just go ahead and do them. So here we go. Who should we start with? Dylan. Doing the handshake. So here's Dylan. You can see the likeness to Carl Weathers. All his gear. Now, it's kind of hard to see, guys, but I weathered their faces because they're all wearing camouflage face paint. But I did it in a way where, as it was starting to wipe off, as they were getting into the jungle and taking on that village, with the mercenaries in it. So the face paint is on, and it's kind of sweating off with a little bit of a dirt effect. So you guys can see that. Check that out. It's a nasty habit you got there. So that's him. Pretty cool figure to do. Spent a lot of time on these guys, as you guys can see. Next we'll do Hawkins. Here's Hawkins. his computer gear. Telling a stupid joke the whole time in that movie. One real quick. So there's Hawkins. Poncho. Super cool figure. I enjoy doing this one a lot. Great character. And Blue. Got the gun down perfectly with backpack to hold it so he can fire off some of those explosive rounds over there. Grenade launcher set up. All right. Moving on to Mac. Sergeant Mac Elliott. I'm going to have me some fun. I'm going to have me some fun. All right, there's Mac. Okay. And we're getting down to the fan favorite, Billy Soul. The crazy laugh, ready to hunt up the predator. I'm scared, Poncho. There's something out there. And it ain't no man. We're all gonna die. So there's Poncho. Billy. Shoulder weight, canteen, side holster. The knife you guys are looking for is right there. He's got his medicine man bag on his chest. Headband, face paint getting messed up, kind of crooked due to the heat. So there he is. He was actually probably the hardest one to make that I remember, really being a challenge. They're all challenge, but he was very, very difficult to make. And here's what you guys have been waiting for. Jesse Ventura as Sergeant Blaine. MTV shirt, everything done out. Arm ready to say, I ain't got time to bleed. There's his pack. There's the minigun. He's all ready to go. The detail on this is really, really neat. When I worked on it, I really spent a lot of time on these guys and making sure they looked a certain way. Also, if you guys want to see videos of these guys one-on-one, let me know. I'll make that happen where we could spend some more time on them individually if you guys want to see something like that. All right. Now, this is a quick one. This is a Mad Max I did just out of G.I. Joe parts meant for a smaller car. And there's nothing really to it. It was kind of a quick one for me. His shotgun is there and everything. We're going to do a more up-to-date, bigger one later. But, yeah, I was just kind of out of parts and random. And I mentioned Dolph Lundgren. This is the the He-Man they just released this year from the movie. But I went back and I added on features that make him much more classic He-Man, so he's got his symbol, we all recognize. He's got the straps we all recognize. He's got more of the red scheme going. So I wanted to do that, just a little bit to make him much more what they should have done with his look in the movie. to make you feel a little bit more He-Man. Okay, and last, we've got the Franklin Jella Skeletor. And what I did with him was I actually added in the classic look chest plate and painted it to match the color. So you could see that He-Man. Yeah, guys. And that does it for movie characters. If you guys want to see individual characters on video and for me to get into some history and talk about them and stuff like that, I will be reviewing the movies as well. But we can do a discussion just on these. Please let me know. And I'd love to do that for you guys. Please write in the comments. Please subscribe. Let me know what's going on. And I'd love to hear from you guys sometime soon. And please let me know what you think of the figures and what you guys would like to see, including figures that you would want to see made. Demolition Man is on the table. Last Action Hero is on the table, just to name a few. So, yeah, guys, let me know what's going on. And remember, D's for danger. And nothing is over since I'm wearing a Rambo shirt. All right, guys. Have fun. Have a good week. Talk to you later.